for the fury of those who are oppressed.
Oppressed people's nation. I'm only here for the people.
Hello, hi. My name is Dalphene Bason. I'm out of Lorain, Ohio. I have 4 children. My last 2 children, which are boys, I just buried a 22-year-old this past August 2010. He was found in a crawl-space attic in Medina, Ohio, with a dog leash on his neck, empty can of dog flea spray, a pill bottle, hunting knife, and supposedly 2 puppies. I found my son's death to be very suspicious because there's a lot of activity on Facebook that supports that there was foul play. The night of his death, they ruled it a suicide. The case was closed. No coroner ever came out to investigate, to determine the cause of death or the actual time of death. I feel that my son's death is very suspicious, that it was coerced, it's biased, and they messed up the whole entire protocol. And I just hope someone out there that's listening could hopefully help me bring closure to my son's death and hopefully justice to those that are fully responsible for my son's death. I also have a 21-year-old who is the baby boy. He's been in jail for a year now. He's facing a life sentence without parole for something he didn't do. He was set up by the Lorain Police Department. Prior to that, there's these 3 sisters. They're triplets. There's 3 of them born at one time. They set it up where they coerced this thing and claimed that my son touched this 5-year-old little girl. There's a lot of evidence that supports that my son did not do it. He lived in Metropolitan, where there's cameras that support he couldn't have been there in home too. The prosecutors are withholding a lot of evidence that would support his innocence. My son has been jumped on twice while in protective custody. He's being mistreated in the Lorain County Jail by the correctional officers, and the sergeants and the lieutenants are condoning that. And with all this being said, every court-appointed attorney that they give my son is an ex-prosecutor. And I just feel that there is no justice, and it's like the system is just taking everything away from me. And it's like they're just making me feel like I'm just supposed to suck up this thing and just accept all of this wrongdoing with Dalphene, my son's death, and also them setting up Dalphene, my son, to be charged with a crime that is just there's just no justice served anywhere. And I just pray and hope that someone out there listening could, by any means, bring closure and find help for me.
Okay, and for the people that's listening, if there's somebody out there that found it in their heart to do some good for this situation, how can they get in contact with you?
My phone number is 440-240-8159. I live in Lorain, Ohio. Okay. And again, my name is Dalphene Bason.
Dalphene Bason?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, we need some good people out there. Somebody out there knows the truth. We need you to come forward and help this good woman, help this good family out of a bad situation. Is there anything else that you want to tell the people?
Well, it's a little tough because I'm fighting both. It may sound crazy, but I know for sure that the son in jail will be okay. And I know that the son that's dead, he's not coming back. But that eats on me more than anything because I just know that there was foul play there, and I just can't let no one, because he was found in some white folks' house, and that dog leech itself is totally just an understatement. The autopsy does not support strangulation. It said his lungs was full of fluid, and he had thick white foam on the back of his airway, which they never did a poison toxicology. They just did a toxicology for drugs, which he did in fact have marijuana in his system. His expressions on his face doesn't even support suicide. The funeral home guy even told me, "Miss Bason, don't let them get away with this. There's no sign of strangulation. If this was my child, they could not tell me this is how my child died. There's no nigger marks, literature marks on his neck. There's no sign, there's nothing that can support my son did this to himself." And that pill bottle that I mentioned earlier, they claim was my son's. That lady's son's name is Brandon. And in fact, that's who pill bottle it later turned out to be. And now things that they put on the report, they've taken off, such as the pill bottle and such as the puppies being placed up there after I questioned why did those puppies live. Apparently my son must not have been up there that long if those puppies live. Now it changes to what puppies. And again, everything has been coerced there and is biased, and they rooted a history of suicide when my son only knew these people for like a year and a half. I know my son all my life. There's nothing that can support that he ever talked about it, tried it. He's never seen a psychiatrist. He's never been to the hospital for any self-inflicted wounds. He's never taken any medication. So that is not a fact for them to just put that on there. And I just need justice in both areas.
Okay, you heard her, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. We need justice for this family. So please, if you have any information, can you please give us a call? You can either call the Oppressed People's Nation at 216-630-1942, or you could call this family at
440-240-8159.
All righty. Thank you and God bless you.